Hi there, everybody. I hope you're all well. So this is going to be a brief update for all of you, and it's regarding my Ko-fi site. All right, so I've made some changes recently. I've changed to a membership-only type of subscription to the site. You can make a one-time donation to me. However, there is now a minimum. It's no longer just, a few dollars or whatever. It is now going to be a minimum of $25. Okay? You don't have to be a monthly member. You can make the one-time donation. But I've now had to implement this despite not wanting to, despite wanting to give people options and flexibility, in order to kind of demonstrate sincerity and weed out people that are just floating around that are problematic. There's the $25 minimum. Okay. So if you want to be a supporter monthly, then it's a minimum of $25. There's different levels, just like other source players have set for their member sites. Okay. The one-time donation is $25. And it does not mean that you have to give me a $25 donation along with a monthly membership. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you want to give me a donation, it's no longer going to be $5, $10, $15, $2, $3, whatever. $25. Because, again, to deter people from trying to be mischievous. Let's just put it that way, okay? Now, I also want to say, I want to give you a better understanding of what the purpose is for my channel. Initially, it was always to make sure you were steered in the right direction. And that direction being that you understood where all of the source truth information is accessible on YouTube, which is Judy's channel. And that channel is titled Quartz Crystal. Okay? This does not mean that there are not other source players like myself, like Infinite Source Truth, like Neutral Centered One, like Source Connection. There's another one that is, she's in Infinite Bliss. She's new, but you can get her from Infinite Source Truth. I'm sorry, I don't have your name right up here, in the top of my head. Those individuals are also providing you source truth information. But here's what I want to say to you, okay? I'm not a starting point. I've never positioned myself from a starting point place for you if you are new in your journey. If you find me as you're new on this journey, great. I'm still going to tell you where to find all of the information. If you are new, if you have not chosen to start raising your frequency and you don't know where to start, I'm going to direct you to the winner's page, the winner's channel. That's what I'm going to do. That is what a responsible person would do. Why? She knows better than anybody all of the rules of the game, all of the changes that have been made to the game by herself, etc., etc. She has made lengthy video series explaining what the Matrix is, who we are, how we got here, etc., etc. So if you are coming to me to ask me those questions, I am not answering them because I am coming from a place of expectation that you have already started on your journey and maybe you need clarity. Maybe you just need something said in a different way. Do you see what I'm saying? Maybe you just need different language used in the way something is explained. Some people's minds work that way. I myself am one of those people. Sometimes something just clicks for me if it's said differently, okay? It's just the way our wiring is. And that's really it. But it's also to kind of give you this realistic, transparent, authentic perspective of how I have gone through my game, how I've handled different things that have arisen. Okay? Asking me if this is a simulation, asking me if whether or not an NPC or an entity would ever reach out to a source player, when is the harvest, what is going to happen in the harvest, any of these questions. If you're asking me basics that have already been answered by Judy, who is the winner of this game in this timeline, if you're asking me any of those questions, all I'm going to do, if I even entertain the question, is I'm going to link you to her channel and those videos. In fact, what I'm going to do after, before I post this, after I make this, is I'm going to create playlists linking to her specific videos that outline these basics so that you don't even have to leave my channel. You can find them right from my channel and watch them. Isn't that fabulous that you don't even have to click away? I mean, once you could just play the playlists, okay? And she will still get the views. Isn't that great? Isn't that fantastic? And you will still get all of the most accurate source truth knowledge. That's fabulous. It's a winner for everybody. I don't see there's any losers in that prospect. But I'm just not answering, especially if you're in the red zone. Okay? Especially if you're in the red zone, if you're consuming any kind of substances that you know you're not supposed, because here's the thing, okay? Some of these individuals are perusing the source player channels thinking that we are positioning ourselves like any other spiritual teacher out on YouTube. And there are plenty of them. There's plenty of them on YouTube. There's plenty of them out on TikTok or any other place where they can make video content. Those are the wrong sources of information because they're providing you with matrix lies, a matrix counterfeit information as far as any kind of spiritual practice or kundalini or any of that stuff, okay? Or ascension or religious practices like magic. None of that is for a source player's game. And none of that will get you what you want is a higher frequency. If that's what you're intent on getting, your highest frequency, you cannot get that. You cannot achieve that by listening to any of that garbage. But going back to what I'm saying is that these channels that I've mentioned, we are source players. There is a significant difference in what you are hearing on these channels. And it's not going to help you to watch videos and take no action on what is being said in them. Okay? Particularly the channel Quartz Crystal. Particularly that. But also I want to say Infinite Source Truth and Neutral Centered One, okay? Because they're actually giving you like instruction on how to accomplish things. Do you see what I'm saying? If you're taking no action, you're in the red zone. You're not serious about this. You're thinking like, oh, this is just something. We're telling you that there is a reset coming. I haven't even dwelled on that, okay? But there are other channels telling you there is a reset coming and there is a harvest coming. So you could dilly-dally all you want. You could try and spout to me all of this fake woo-woo spirituality stuff that you've gone through the dark night of the soul, that you've done Kundalini rising, you've done this, you've taken CBD oil to raise your frequency, and I'm going to tell you you're either an entity or you're a completely foolish source player. But more than likely, I'm just going to block you and I'm not even going to respond. And you're going to forfeit that $25 that you spent to send me that message. So I'm giving you this warning. If you have any intention of contacting me with any of those questions, any of these basic questions, basic knowledge that you should have already derived on your own, I'm going to just ignore you and block you. And that might seem cold, it might seem callous, it might seem unfriendly. I do not have the time or the patience to entertain fools. I do not have it. Okay? You know where to go. You've been given the information on where to go. And please, anybody that has already been following this channel or supporting me or just speaking to me in general, I'm not even directing this at you guys. None of this is for you guys. This is for people who are, like I said, they're wishy-washy about the whole thing, and they're watching our channels like entertainment and then sending us stupid messages. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for it. And I don't know in my communications where I have ever given anybody the impression that I would even tolerate such. I gotta be careful what I say. Okay? I gotta be careful what I say. You're just gonna lose out on your donation. That's very simple. So this is for all those people who think it's cute, that want to send me a message, or you think this is like crazy information, or you think this is just like another spirituality channel. Well, you're going to find out pretty quick. You're not going to get any help. And again, if you're taking any kind of drugs, don't even contact me. Don't even. And I'm referring to CBD oil as well, because CBD oil is derived from a drug, from a psychoactive plant. You should not be taking that. You should not be taking it. And you should not be taking medical marijuana. I don't care if it's prescribed by a doctor. It's weed. You don't take it. And don't take opioids. And I know Judy has said things about prescription drugs. I don't really think she was talking about opioids. Okay? And there's other trippy things out there that are sold in teas, etc., and in pills over the counter. You need to be careful what you're taking there. You have no need to be taking melatonin. You really don't have a need to be taking ashwagandha. Those kind of things. This is what I'm talking about, because they can have psychoactive effects on source players. And that's all I'm saying. I'm giving you helpful information. You do with this information what you will. But anyway, that's all I want to say. I have to get back to work because